say on one or two things. We've signed successful bilateral with all other nations that has come here, especially Micronesian nations. They're closer to us in terms of water. We've had special agreements with all of them. I want to announce that we're opening, through the work of Foreign Ministry, we're opening an embassy in Marshall Islands to relate to Micronesian nations. Whilst you may think all small island by population are ground, but Solwara and Lolem, the biggest we have in the world. And we've told to them, it's no secret, that we have to work with all of you. All of you know, in local front, we work to take back more from our own resource in country. So we've given them that sort of mindset that you have great fish. And East New Britain Initiative Minister Wong Lons was to give them actual land in PNG. If all is short long, ground long, all long, plus block, because plenty of Ling Island, we'll give them land in, especially starting with PMI Jet in Medang, and Ley and places where power and water is stuff close to, and port facility stuff close to. So we're telling them in the long run, this may not happen right away, but the seeds we're planting must mature in time. Eventually, we want all the catches. If we work with them to harvest the catches in their own country, then it will be so. But if there is said land limitation and we want to have a space in PNG, we give them a space in PNG, and they bring their cats, they process here, and then they could sell, onward sell as cats from their own water. So we're working closely with Micronesian nations. They have no big spaces for large-scale canneries, etc. into time. We work in this space, and it's a powerful resource that will unveil for us into the future. We want to make sure our fish resource of Pacific is properly harvested in a sustainable manner and value added properly, and more return passed back to our Pacific Island fish owners, including ourselves and the nations of Pacific. So in that vein, we're relating to all these nations, and I want to thank them. They understand clearly what we want to do now. They understand clearly the East New Britain Initiative. It's a work in partnership with them, and I thank them for coming in. And our embassy in Marshall Island will also work to have a PNG outreach to Micronesia. We also will be opening an embassy in Nuku'alofa, in Tonga, to have a presence in Polynesia also. As all of you know, we have missions in Fiji, in Solomon Islands. We'll be opening an embassy in Vanuatu. Now, these are nations that we relate with, and those embassies will make sure that their interests and our interests are running together, and we grow together as people of the Pacific, South Pacific countries, growing side by side into the future. I just thought I'd make these announcements. 3 more new embassies coming up, one in Vanuatu, to complete presence of embassies in all Melanesian nations. One in Polynesia, and Tonga will host our mission for Polynesia, and Marshall Island will host our mission for Micronesia. So that as PNG, a nation that is bigger in terms of population, bigger in terms of land size, bigger in terms of economy size, outside of Australia and New Zealand, we just thought our presence in the Pacific will make sure we remain as a bloc, as one family, one people of the South Seas going forward. My second and important press statement for today will be on the issue of the Ombudsman referring our Chief Justice. I just want to appeal to our country that let's remain passive in all quarters as the process runs its course. A file has been given to the Prime Minister's Department to look into what must be done by the Ombudsman Commission. It is not a lightweight matter. It is a matter that looks into an equal head of the judicial arm of government. By constitutional definition, the judiciary is separate from the executive, and the executive is separate from the legislature. The Speaker heads the legislature, the Chief Justice heads the judiciary, and the Prime Minister heads the executive arm. 3 equal arms, but separated by function and definition of Section 99 of our Constitution. And the Office of Prime Minister gives fullest respect to the Office of Chief Justice. In fact, this is a matter first of its kind in our country. And we do not take this matter lightly. In all, this referral of the Office of Chief Justice, it's a serious matter. An independent office, a constitutional office in public prosecutor has dealt with this matter. And so we will look into it in totality. The Ombudsman has a role to play, public prosecutor has a role to play. And both constitutional offices have had a look at the file. Ombudsman, through the due process, referred the matter to public prosecutor without our knowledge. The public prosecutor has taken time, and the Office of Public Prosecutor has made their findings known. And the Ombudsman has felt that they have a right to pursue the matter by their constitutional mandate. And they've referred the matter to me, and I now want to announce that as I speak, I do not have the standing to prosecute this matter unilaterally. It's a sensitive matter. It's an important matter that needs due care and attention. And I've now sought clarity from State Solicitor on what is the constitutional process in this sort of situation. So I ask the country to be passive, in my view, with respect, because the Office of Chief Justice is the last place we want to tamper with. You can attack Prime Minister, no problem. Politics is part of life. Is you get criticism. But the Office of Chief Justice is, in my view, holy of holies in as far as the three arms of government is concerned. So I'm concerned with the possibility of public commentaries that run all over the place. Many times when rugby league season is played, we become rugby league playing experts. Many times when COVID comes around, we become medicinal experts. And many times when situations of law come around, we become legal experts. I just want to ask our country let's refrain. This is Chief Justice we're dealing with. Let's pause our commentaries for some time. Allow the process to run. Prime Minister's office will not be in haste to deal with this matter. We'll treat it with serious matter. And the element of compliance to law must be at the highest standard. And I want to ask everyone, let's pause from unnecessary public commentaries. I'll be getting independent advice from State Solicitor into what power does the Cabinet have in respect to this one. That's, in my view, from reports I've been getting, advices, it's quite a silence in this space. And this is unprecedented path we're treading on, uncharted waters or territory, so to speak. And so I ask the country to bear with us. In the meantime, the Chief Justice is at work. He's still at work. There's no issue stopping him from not being at work. I have the Vice Minister for Justice and Attorney General, the Honorable Francis Alua, with me here. And he is a lawyer, learned lawyer himself. He will attest that Chief Justice is still at work. We'll seek proper advice. And then we will announce as to what will take place. But I ask all of us, let's respect the Office of Chief Justice. That's the last place we want to attack. And let's allow the relevant advice to come back. And we'll advise Ombudsman Commission, we'll advise public prosecutor, we'll advise the country as to what sort of advice we have received. And then the next course of action we'll take. But please, for the moment, I ask all of us, no one will run away. The Chief Justice will not run away. The Office of Ombudsman will not run away. The whole judicial process or prosecution process will not run away. So let's pause from unnecessary comments that will give stress to ourselves. Let's allow us to go through this matter diligently, and in time, hopefully, we'll find the right way to put us closer to this matter. All right, thank you too much. Come from me. Any questions in relation to this law conference that came up today, or any other thing? Sanim belong CJ and Chief Justice na Sanim Milusi Pastor Mimi. We make him talk to him, but any other question? Some issue?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for the press conference. My question is in relation to the Jomat's Passage and Whittier Strait. In the past, there have been proposals to charge pilotage fees for vessels that travel through this passage. Is this still a viable reform moving into the future?
Part of the area where we want to designate Millen Bay Province as part of that conservation program and Lukulula display. So all I ship pass through the area of me. How do you pay a toll or levy or something? So we'll look into this in totality so that we add value to our conservation efforts. Millen Bay is also it's like conservation talk though, meaning small scale fishing. Like suppose Orlando place like fish, any money to fish. You may talk about stopping one big pla. Ship come inside, throw my net, umben, broken reef make him something where no got thinking was sustainable. So Zamagot Passet will be part of that Millen Bay envelope and we'll raise the concerns appropriately. Hopefully for me speaking as a head of a party, we want to end from ships passing through. That's part of our party policy, but again, due process must run. We're part of the greater global community, so let's see how we could reconcile against our obligation to international maritime use of our waters. Good plan. Yes. Yeah, we're now using ICT to know exactly what's happening underneath, and Minister Wong must be commended under his watch. Our fisheries department has really stepped up in terms of knowing what fish stock we have and the observations. I think 3 months or 4 months back we opened the observation post at Daru. So we're working across, and they'll be working with synergy with our defense Navy, as well as our partnership with US through our ship rider and our partnership with US Navy. We now have capacity to monitor illegal fishing in our country. And I said in a similar program in Solomon Islands 2 years ago that we'll be sinking illegal ships caught. We've done 9 ships sunk already. So through this media saying that 9 ships sunk already from illegal fishermen coming from outside. So please, illegal fishing, we're now monitoring our waters, and as PNG step up on this capacity, we'll expand this capacity to our partners in Melanesia and Micronesia and elsewhere. Micronesia more so close to us and Melanesia. So we will be using ICT, satellite tracking, etc. and stepping up because part of this fight is against illegal fishing. The regulated fishings, we understand who they are, but the illegal fishes, they come at night. You can ask the Manusians, they will tell you, or the Musau and Emirao and Tens people are up north. Night time, will look at me, how much light is tablo solwarana. Time daytime, will light you off. More illegal fishing light come inside there. So. Fish and money, money no stop, oil na gold na gas. Oil na gold na gas were finished. Fish was stop yet. Fish and garden blow world. Na garden garden blow granta, so garden no solwara to him stop. So. Our observation and monitoring with our fisheries has stepped up big time, and so far, as I said, we've sunk 9 boats already, or 9 ship in a boat ship. So that observation through technology, it makes our job much easier now. Those facilities or abilities, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years ago, we never had. Now we're having these facilities and working in partnership with Defense Corporation with USA. Will give us that space.
Mr. Listening to leaders' speeches throughout this week, they speaking about the stronger ties as Indonesia and five countries. Is this or would this form, or what concrete initiative from this meeting will take to COP21 to show a unified Melanesian voice and ocean governance?
Yeah, we will. The pre-COP meetings will take place in Fiji and Tuvalu. Tuvalu being one of the first countries facing extreme climate change related issues, standing the highest chance of extinction. But we work to make sure it doesn't happen for them. So with the conversation around sea and ocean resource management, we will take it to COP31, I beg your pardon. And the resolutions from the meetings that will be held in Fiji and Tuvalu and Australia will form part of our Pacific Island Forum response and contribution to COP31. Last year, COP30 was in Brazil. It was on more related to forest and forestry resource conservations. Now on ocean and ocean resource conservations. PNG, fortunately, forest nation as well as ocean nation. That two blessings that we have from us, if we correctly harness. And the conversation have been mounting since 2019, even if I go off next year in 2027, but we've raised sufficient awareness to the value of forestry and value of ocean as substantial carbon sink. So we will take this to COP31 again. Last year forestry, this year ocean. Both are carbon sink. Both replenishes earth. Both keep earth in balance. So what is our fair due as carbon sinks of the world? Exactly. And so that conversation will come bigger, and this is part of the step up. But this one has more local setting. We now also goes into the dimension of conservation for not just the on climate change, but for us on fish stock earning. And so you would see now from this meeting in PNG, we're now going into a product that those ocean area we're trying to conserve will earn from the blue bond. And Seychelles successfully doing it. Seychelles earning from blue bond. And the person, the authority responsible, he used to be one of the assistant secretary generals of UN, His Excellency Nico Barito is here. So we'll work with him to set up, we want to have a blue bond facility in PNG. That facility will also be expanded to the Pacific Island brothers and sisters who will be working with us in the conservation space. This is frontier, mind you. This has never happened before. And we are moving into this space. And we, through Minister Wong's office, mobilizing expertise in the blue bond space. So we conserve, we earn from conservation. In the long run, we're earning from a sustainable fish resource sector. All right, you plug a company, so you plug on a caravan, not like me, plus. Thank you too much, Libla.